We have with us Group Executive Chairman of L&T Group, Mr. A.M. Naik. Mr. Naik, thank you very much for joining us on Bloomberg Quint. First of all, it's a wait for nearly 10 years to list L&T Infotech.
Not really 10 years. I mean, off and on, the situation and the market have changed. And keeping up with that, also we wanted the company to become big enough. Like you know, in 2006, one of the largest company which has become now was listed. Till then, I mean, it has multiplied in terms of growth. I think the time was just right now, as a new age technologies are taking a very firm ground. And we have to present our company as one of those which will be the leader, though mid-size, but will be the leader and will make a difference to the customer requirement. So I think we have built our team now. Our new CEO, Ms. Sanjay Jalona, who is here, is in place. A lot of new people have been taken, both on technology delivery and the sales side. And we feel that it is the right time the company should come out in market. It has matured over time and can face the market requirements very boldly. I mean, very competently.
Do you think if the listing had happened 5 years ago, you would have got a better valuation for L&T Infotech?
Well, I mean, I don't think I can say anything about 5 years back whether it would have, maybe. But the point is, later on, you have to also keep up with your performance. You have to have sustainable growth in the company. Today, we are much better prepared than 5 years ago. So I think it's the right time when we finally decided to go to the market.
Today you feel that the growth is sustainable, like your revenues are growing at 13%, profits at over 20%.
Not
that
over 20, but
18%. Is that a sustainable growth?
I think the responsibility will be taken by Sanjay, so he is the right man to answer that.
Sanjay, which are the sectors which will be the drivers for this sustainable growth?
Shankar, actually we are very excited about all the sectors that we operate in, including oil and gas, because we have a pot of gold in 250 plus customers that belong to various sectors that we operate in. And I think while top 20 customers give us close to 68% of our revenues, there is tremendous potential in the rest of the customers that we already have.
But oil and gas was a sector, which fell from a contribution of nearly 20% to nearly 14%. Also, are you confident that you will be able to get that revenue kicker in from oil and gas going forward?
I think what is very important is we are very differentiated in oil and gas field compared to every other player that operates in this industry. We do not only do IT, but we also do OT, which is operational technologies. So at the convergence of physical and digital, very few people can differentiate themselves the way we can. So if you rightly said, Shankar, the percentage of revenues coming from oil and gas has dropped from 22% to 16% to around 13%. But what is very important is that it has bottomed out now. The customers have kept their capital projects on abeyance for a long time, and they accept there's a new norm. And the crude price is not going to cross at the $100 anytime soon. So they are starting to open up their wallets. We are starting to see some large deals. By virtue of us being so differentiated, we are actually a much better place than anybody else on planet Earth.
Shankar, one question to you. You spoke about the dividend policy at the conference as well. What is going to be the dividend policy for L&T Infotech? Because the shareholders would, though you are coming to the market at a discount, shareholders would like to have the same discount policy, dividend policy, which you've been giving to L&T so far.
I think it is not appropriate to compare the actual dividends that L&T has been receiving from L&T Infotech, which was its wholly owned subsidiary, and now where L&T Infotech is a listed company. The funds that this company would be requiring to take the transformational growth path that it is embarked on could also determine the dividend payout. All that I can say is that we are a professionally managed company, and as a professionally managed group, we will work to the value accretion of the shareholders, and whether it is in terms of capital appreciation or dividend yield, I think the shareholders will benefit by our effort and intent.
Do you think the discount you're providing to the shareholders as part of the IPO, you will try to compensate it by reducing the dividend?
I think the pricing strategies are more in terms of making the shareholders happy to start trading in the stock. It's not only important to list the company, it also is important to ensure that the stock is trading well. And to provide the momentum, we look at all these discounts as investments that we are making to shareholder value creation rather than as a giveaway.
Mr. Naik, I'm running out of time. The final thing, you've been talking about manpower, retaining manpower and talent at L&T Group, and we have seen IT is one of the sectors where we have seen the highest attrition, not just L&T Infotech, but across the industry. How is L&T Group looking at attrition, and what is L&T Group doing to retain talent, not only at the mid and senior level, but also at this, at lower level as well?
Our attrition rate is not even 1% at very senior level. I clarified today the impression someone had that there was a churn in the management in Infotech. It is not so, as I explained. And we haven't really lost anyone in the last several years other than those three, for which there were very valid reasons, as I explained. Right in L&T Group also, once you cross certain level at 50 years or 45 years of age, nobody leaves. In L&T, if you stay for 10-15 years, by and large, you are likely to stay for long time.
You spoke about the fact that the organization is getting younger, and so you need leaders who are younger in nature so to handle challenges.
There is a major efforts going on to bring the next level of leaders very much to come up, and a responsibility which we used to give, let us say, 15 years ago. To become a general manager, one has to be 55. Today they are 45, so we have made it younger by 10 years. Vice president used to be 57. Today, exceptionally good vice president may be 45, 46. So, I think a lot has changed in our thinking that we have to go on merit and not on just the seniority. And that impetus has given rise to a lot of encouragement to younger people to stay. And as I mentioned, that the percentage is not a guiding factor, because a lot of them have gone because they could not keep up with new technology, and also some of them were not efficient enough.
That will be a challenge for a group like you, because you are spread across 22 industries, and that a lot of people will not be able to keep pace with the changing technology, automation, artificial intelligence, everything.
We have a tremendous project management newly opened institute in Baroda. We have a management development center, perhaps parallel to very few or none, in Lonavala. We have a 7-step development program, which today I can't say in these 5 minutes, but a continuous process of bringing up younger generation and replacing the obsolescence, the people with obsolescence, or they have not grown with the changing time. It's going to be a constant process.
So today, some years back, you said that there isn't many people in L&T who can take over from AM Naik. Today, you can see very clearly that there are many younger people who can take over from AM Naik.
Well, I have no comments today for other than L&T Infotech.
Mr. Naik, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.